to leave so I could finally come home to myself. Hi everyone, I'm Agi and this is Reach Your Soul. If this message speaks to your heart, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. You never know who might need to hear these words today. By doing so, you are helping these messages reach the people who are searching, healing, and finding their way back to themselves. Thank you for being here, and now let's begin. Over the past few days, while moving out of my therapy practice, I experienced something that I've actually known deep inside for a very long time. One of those rare moments when every cell of my body whispers, yes, this is you. And the interesting part is, it wasn't only about the practice. It was about the same about my marriage, the car I chose, the jobs I accepted, the projects I started, the friendships I built, even the way I tried to create my life for many years. I believed that the goal was to belong somewhere. I wanted to fit into relationships. I wanted to fit into community, into workplace, into shared practice. I wanted to build something together. I wanted someone to hold me, to make me feel safe, to make sure I wouldn't have to walk this path alone. And because underneath all of that, there was uncertainty. And today I can say that something that might bring peace to many of you. These are not mistakes. There is nothing wrong with these decisions, because that's how many of our journeys begin. My marriage wasn't a mistake. Neither was the shared practice. Neither were the different jobs, different places, different countries. The projects I joined, every single one of them had a purpose. Because at that point, I simply didn't know what is coming, and I didn't know myself yet. And I was still searching, and while I was searching, I believed that someone or something outside of me could know that much better what I need and could give me security where I was longing for. Then the twin flame journey began, and many people I hear telling the same stories. What happened before the twin flame journey and what happened when somebody just turned on the light? What happened to their career, their purpose, to the relationships? What happened to the friendships? And how they could hide themselves. And eventually it leaves us with one question. Who are you really? And why are you here? What are you here to create? And once you begin to remember, do you actually dare to live this? This is where what we often call the divine masculine energy becomes so important for us divine feminines. Not as a man, not as a partner, but as an inner force, an energy inside of us. The part of ourselves that can create structure, can take action, stay grounded, trust, build a trust in ourselves. And we always look for this energy outside of ourselves. In a husband, in a partner, in a job, in a boss, a workplace, even in a business partner. And of course, in our twin flame, we secretly hope that someone else will actually make us whole and safe enough. But somewhere deep inside, our soul keeps whispering, this isn't it. Because if it were, you probably wouldn't be on this journey. And one thing I notice again and again when I talk to people, they tell me about their marriage or their job or the house where they live, the life they've built together. And they often say that, oh, it's okay, it's actually not that bad. But I can feel it, I can sense the energy. I can feel and hear their soul telling something much bigger, much more. How they hold themselves back. And I can feel and sense the old patterns and where they are running from themselves. And at the very same time, I can also see something beautiful. They already have everything they need. Nothing is missing. They simply haven't learned to trust it yet. And this is why I do this work. Not to tell people how they should live, not to fix anyone, not to tell them to follow me or anyone else, but to help them reconnecting with themselves, where they remember their own strength, where inspiration naturally returns, and at some point they no longer need me to pull them forward. They begin walking on their own path, at their own pace. Transformation isn't about becoming someone else on the journey. It's about leaving everything else behind, what we don't need anymore. Uncovering the old patterns, removing the obstacles, and creating a realistic path forward. Yes, step by step. And you begin holding yourself. This is the moment when you stop chasing and searching for the masculine energy outside of yourself, because you finally discover it within. And when that happens, your feminine energy can finally do what it was really meant to do: create, express, and also receive with the flow. And looking back the 3-month transformational coaching journeys I facilitated so far, the same miracle happens again and again. At the beginning, someone sits in front of me who is very uncertain, someone who almost didn't dare to book the first call with me. And 3 months later, and not even 3 months later, a couple of times later, they speak completely different language. They seem to be a different person, but they are not. They just get back to themselves, finally letting themselves expressing what they always wanted to express. And that's why I love this work. I get to walk beside people while they are still finding their wings. I get to hold the space when they doubt themselves. Because sometimes I can already see and sense what they can't sense that time. And they are so much closer than they realize they are. That only a few steps before they can go on their own. And then they just start searching things outside of themselves, because they find home within. So if you feel like you've been running in circles and you don't know what is that big thing that is calling you, you can accept just where you are at this moment. And if you need support, you can visit my website. You can see the testimonials, not just from Twin Flame Journey, but from other people as well, from all kinds of services I provide. And just think about it. It's never the right time to start, but when you start, it's always the right time to take the next step. And the rest unfolds, always, one step at a time. This is why I'm here. My purpose is not to create dependence. It's to help people remember who they have always been. So wherever you are right now, whatever your story looks like, whoever you are with, whatever you are doing, or whatever you are hiding, you are welcome here, exactly as you are. And when our souls recognize each other, the answers you've been searching for have a way of finding you too. Thank you for being here, and I wish you a beautiful journey home, and see you soon.